Hi, my name is Roberto Cardone. I'm an entrepreneur in South Australia. I've brought a coffee chain from one store to 21 and sold it to an international private equity firm. I have been heavily involved in retail, manufacturing, building teams of employees of up to about 500 and had lots of fun serving millions of cups of great coffee. When I was probably your age, at high school, or maybe a little bit older, what was I doing in class? I was watching the teacher, I was dreaming of doing something quite amazing in my life and thinking this was really boring, but somehow I was getting my marks, I was passing. It was a bit of fun, and we talked about maths, and we talked about physics, but I didn't want those things. You know, I wanted to be unique, I wanted to be a hero. You know, it's me. I just wanted to do something that changed many people's lives, and they knew who I am afterwards. So yeah, once I dropped out of, well, not dropped out, I did my year 12 to keep my family happy. I got out and went straight to working in hospitality. It took me about 9 years of working under an amazing mentor and being trained in some really great restaurants and coffee bars and bars to understand that I could do this and get that confidence. But when I went to Boss Camp and I was one of the presenters on the day, I was just blown away. In 2 days, these kids were just knocking down walls nationally in some of the biggest companies in Australia, getting support and help for their ideas. I was just where was this when I was at school? There was nothing for entrepreneurs at school when I was there, and I don't think there is anything right now. So if you're serious about being an entrepreneur, don't kid yourself. You feel it, you know it, just do it. If you are considering going to Boss Camp as a mentor, some of the things that you wouldn't expect is something between 50 and 100 kids making you feel like, I want to be that child again. You think you're going there to help them, you walk away, they have helped you to realise how much more needs to be done in this world, let alone this country or this state. You are not only going to help them, they're going to help you to get your rocks off and actually get back into the real world and make your things go faster and harder, because you've got 50 to 100 kids that are just about to take you over. So the team behind Boss Camp are some very highly accredited professionals. These guys run an amazing program for kids, and their whole passion and emotion is about making sure they become great entrepreneurial leaders. They have a bigger picture in all of this. They want to see entrepreneurism being taught in all schools. This is just the beginning. Get in on this level, help your child excel. Some children just don't get it at school. They just don't get the best out of it. Plant this seed, your child might be that one that's an entrepreneur. The value I got out of Boss Camp as a mentor was that I was deeply touched, moved and inspired by young children and teenagers that were just on fire. You can't explain the amount of energy, the workload and what they created. It actually made me feel like I'm a busy entrepreneur. I always think I'm busy. It actually made me feel like I'm a lazy entrepreneur and I should be getting the hell out there and doing more. And they rev me up so much that, you know, all of a sudden now I'm actually helping a lot of people. I'm collaborating. That actually it's changed my cultural thinking of being competitive and trying to rule the world, that I think that I can do something different in a particular space and now collaborate with many people. Since then I've just been helping lots of young people, and lots of young people are helping me feel younger and smarter about any idea and things that I put together for the future. Because, you know, let's face it, I've done my good half of my working life. They've just done the beginning. I've actually got to reinvent myself and understand what is the new way. Participating in Boss Camp was an extraordinary experience. If you're thinking about participating, it will just clarify a lot of things that you've known about yourself, but there's been no program or support or mentors or people around you to actually be who you are. because you're just trying to fit in by being maybe a lawyer or a doctor or an accountant or graphic design or a PR or a media, because there's these limited choices. You know, you're probably one of those people that actually are going to create a business with these people. You're going to need these people to work for you. So, you know, Boss Camp, it's just about creating amazing leaders and using their ideas and taking them to another place. For me, when I was a mentor, and if anyone's going to be a mentor, you know, it was just this massive buzz, this energy level. It was high, and everyone was just achieving so much. You just can't, I can't put it in words. You've just got to do it. It's what we should be doing. We should be giving, not only giving back. It's not just a give back, you're actually giving big leg ups here. You're going to help people take big steps and leaps. The mentors of Boss Camp, I don't think they were so prepared for the amount of inspiration they were going to get from their students. I think when I saw them and came in and just overlooked them, they were just all blown away by the business ideas that were real, and actually that they actually had 2 days and they were making not only a difference in a kid's life, they were actually almost getting to the point of making a business. I mean, you've got to think, I got there for the judging, and I think in the top, the top 3 we could see were actually real businesses, and they were starting up. They were serious about it. The mentors probably didn't realise actually how quick and how fast this was going to happen, because these kids, they weren't, you didn't see kids that were just lying down and waiting for things to happen. They were pushing, testing mentors, taking them to limits that they could cope with, but they just hadn't had somebody push that hard. I think all the mentors that day, or that program for 2 days, walked away like they just could not believe how they achieved so much in 2 days, using the support of Boss Camp. You know, the way it was facilitated, you could just see, it was just like, let's just make it happen. Who do we need to connect with? The networks that came up were unbelievable. I mean, Audi was one of them. I think it was Telstra as well. And these are kids talking to CEOs of companies, you know, so as a mentor, I mean, I think you were getting pretty well connected in that day or two of Boss Camp. To the parents and guardians whose kids are showing some slight interest, I'd put it down to my experience. When I went to Boss Camp, I came home and the first thing I wanted to do was sign up my son and 10 of his friends. And not all kids, and my son, you know, he made it quite clear, it's not what he wants to be right now as an entrepreneur, and it's not in his thing. And I get that. If he was slightly interested, I'd just be signing him up and getting him there straight away. And you know, I know he eventually will do it when he's ready, but when he shows that slight interest, I know he's got buy-in. And your kids have to have buy-in. If your kids are showing you slight interest, they are way interested, because this is unusual. If a kid can pick up slightly on what this is, they are connecting with something inside of them that is telling them that they know that they're a bit unusual. Use it to develop their potential. I see Boss Camp as an investment. I think it's $100 for 2 days, and these kids are going to get networks and connections, are going to keep on going and using them, because it's going to help them develop their skill set to be entrepreneurs and leaders. So if you had to look at what you do every day in your work, and if you were like needing to network, would you pay $100 to have 2 days of some of the most amazing business mentors in Australia mentoring you and actually helping you make a business idea become real in 2 days, and then set up this network for you that you're continually in this culture and bubble of people that are just exploding with ideas and actually testing your kids' abilities way beyond any school program could.